It was November 1952. I was playing in Manhattan's Latin Quarter in New York when my agent telephoned. He had received an offer for me and my dancing partner, Julia, to appear in a Toronto nightclub. This was owned by twin brothers Al and Harry Smith, who made me a very unusual proposition. They offered to pay me in stock instead of money. I have had some strange experiences in show business, but this was a new one. I made further inquiries and found they were prepared to give me 6,000 shares in a company called Bryland. This was a Canadian mining firm in which they were interested. The stock at that time was quoted at 50 cents a share. I knew stocks went up and down. That was about all I did know. So I asked the Smith brothers if they would give me the following guarantee. If the stock went below 50 cents, they would make up the difference. They agreed to do this for a period of 6 months. It so happened that I could not keep that Toronto date. I felt badly about letting the brothers down, so I offered to buy the stock as a gesture. I sent them a check for $3,000 and received 6,000 shares of Bryland stock. I thought no more about it until one day, 2 months later, I idly glanced at the stock's price in the paper. I shot upright in my chair. My 50-cent Bryland stock was quoted at $1.90. I sold it at once and made a profit of close to $8,000. At first, I could not believe it. It was like magic to me. I felt like the man who went to the races for the first time and, with beginner's luck, backed every winner. Cashing his winnings, he simply inquired, "How long has this been going on?" I decided I had been missing a good thing all my life. I made up my mind to go into the stock market. I have never gone back on this decision, but little did I know what problems I would encounter in this unknown jungle. I knew absolutely nothing about the stock market. I was not even aware, for instance, that there was one in New York. All I had heard about were Canadian stocks, particularly mining shares. As they had been very good to me, obviously the smart thing to do was to stay with them. But how to start? How to find what stocks to buy? You could not pick them out with a pin. You must have information. That was my major problem. How to obtain it? I now realize that this is, in fact, impossible for the ordinary man. But then I thought I had only to ask enough people to learn the great secret. I thought if I asked enough, I would get acquainted with people in the know. I asked everybody I met if they had any stock market information. Working in nightclubs, I meet rich people. Rich people must know.